Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back here working on the 76 VW Beetle. Back for another week. Thank you again, everybody who watched last week's video and the previous videos. We're starting to make a little bit of traction. So I appreciate everybody coming, watching, liking, commenting. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Again, this week we're going to be working on the engine. We got the cylinder tins blasted and painted, so we'll show that, and we'll try and put those back on the car, get those fitted in there, and then we'll see what else we can get. We're on a mission to get one thing a day done, so we can reach our goal of trying to get this bug to a car show in September. So stick around. Let's go, guys. All right, guys, here's the cylinder 1 and 2. Here's the tin back on. Looks pretty good. A little dusty, but we'll clean that off. But looks way better than it did before. And then here's 3 and 4. We need to plug those portholes. That way there's no dirt that gets in there. But this is what it looks like with the tins back on. Now we just need to get everything else mocked up again, get it back together. All right, guys, here's a mock-up of the fan shroud back on with the alternator. We haven't put the pulley back on yet, so we still have to do that. Just put the intake manifold on loosely just to mock that up. We have the tins on. You can see those, they look good. And then the fan shroud, we painted that, looks pretty good. So we're making progress. We just need to put the carburetor back on, the coil back on. We need to put the dual ports back on. Thinking about painting those with kind of the same paint as this. Saw what it looks like that, and I think it looks pretty cool. So I might do that, but I'm starting to like the way this looks. Starting to put this ball back together, make sure everything's installed properly, and everything is put back together properly. So we do need to change the spark plugs, so we'll do that as well. We have new spark plugs, we'll change those out, and then want to get this back on the engine stand again, see how it runs. So I'm getting excited to do that. My goal was to have the engine back on the car by the end of May, but I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to have that on, by like the middle of May, around the 15th. So trying to make timelines as far as when to get stuff back together. That way I know how the progress is going. Because we do need to get the body back on the chassis. That way we can start doing the interior, the body work, and all that, and then get the little things put back together too. So lots of things to do. Just wanted to give you guys an update on that. So we're trying to get one thing a day. So we got this back together, mocked up. So productive day, and we'll be back. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to try and clean up this wheel well a little bit. And then from there, we'll figure out what else we're going to do. But we'll get some... we're going to get an 80 grit sandpaper and go over it real quick. See if it can make it look any better than this. But hopefully we can. So we're trying to get one thing done today. So let's get on it. And then this is what the wheel well looks like. We got most of the paint off. Still got some to go, but looks better. Kind of hard to get in some of these places with the sander and the wire wheel, so still have some up there. But looking better. It's looking better. We came out and we got some things done, so it's a win-win. And we also set ourselves up for tomorrow. So we'll try and get out here tomorrow and paint those dual ports. So just working on the deck lid. I know we've been working on this for a little while, but we did put some paint stripper on there, and it actually came out pretty good. Left it on there for about 20-30 minutes. So just give you an idea. I actually put it in the vents too. I thought it was rust in there, but it was paint. So I'm gonna have to do a wire wheel again and work on that a little bit more. But it's looking a lot better. There was a lot of paint in these areas here, so we were able to get that out with the paint stripper. So one step closer, guys, making some progress. Next step is to just clean this up. We still need to work on this part here. I might just try and take this off and see if we can get in here with a wire wheel and knock some of that down. But overall, it's looking pretty good. One step closer. So, and we got another thing done today, so looking good, guys. Okay. Sometimes you just get on a roll and you start doing things while you're out in the garage. So that was kind of my goal from the start, was get out to the garage and then just start doing things. Once you get one thing done, you can do little things as you go. So I took the deck lid lock off. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'll show you again. But took this off so I can clean it up, and these screws are pretty rusty too, so I can clean those up as well. And then I can clean the area around it on the deck lid up, because there was some buildup on there. So let me show you that. First thing you do though is tag and bag. Got the deck lid lock screw and washers on here. That way we stay a little bit more organized. So, all right, like I said, took the lock off here, so that way I can get in here a little better, clean up this area and get all this buildup off here. I'm not sure if it's, I'm not even sure what it is, but I can get in here a little bit better now. And get in here a little more, get some of that buildup off and clean it up a little better. So just another thing, guys. All right, last thing we're gonna do tonight before we go in is prep these, because we're gonna paint these. We're gonna paint them the same color as the cylinder tins. So we'll prep these for that. We'll tape them off, and we'll show you what they look like when we get them painted, hopefully tomorrow night. But all right, so we got the dual ports ready to go. Got them taped off. We'll wipe them down with some wax and grease remover. So we'll paint those tomorrow when we get the paint in. All right, guys, today is Wednesday. We have limited amount of time. We have soccer practice tonight. So we're gonna try and paint these really quick. Just wanted to film this to show we're doing one thing a day. See how these look before and after. This is the paint we're using. So let's get to it, and let's get some paint on these, and I'll show you the after. All right, guys, here is what they look like after 2 coats. This paint goes on super thick, guys, so I think it's going to give it a cool look. So we'll give it a couple minutes to dry, and then we'll take the tape off, and I'll show you again what they look like. Again, this paint that we use goes on super thick, so we'll see how it turns out. All right, guys, we got the tape off of them. They're dry. This is what they look like. Definitely not perfect, but they look pretty good. They look pretty good. The paint is really thick, so it's easy to put it on super thick, but it went on well. It just you just have to be careful, and it's so hot out today. The paint dries so quick. You just have to be, you have to just do light coats, and then just make sure you get enough coverage. But they turned out okay. They look good, better than they were, so I'm happy with it. So we got one thing done today, so we're happy. All right, guys, it is Thursday today. We're back at it. We're back in the garage. Not even really sure what we're going to do today, but there's so much to do. We just look around and we pick something to do. We accomplish one thing a day. We've been on a little bit of a roll, so it's a good thing. We did pick up something today for the garage to help with, well, not help with it, but to get some things done. We picked up a stand so that when we do the fenders and the deck lid, we can put it on there. So maybe we'll try that out today, depending on how much assembly is required on this thing. But let's get to it. Let's get our one thing done, and hopefully we can roll into a couple other things and snowball our way through some items that need to be done. All right, we got the stand together. Came together pretty good. So we have the deck lid on here now. We went, what I was trying to do was see if I can get in these vents. And I took some 120 in there, and it actually seems to be working pretty good. Just fold up the sandpaper and get in there and go back and forth. So it looks like it's doing pretty good. I'm going to go a little bit heavier. I might try a 60 grit. See if that helps out, and then we'll come back. But, all right, guys, we're losing daylight, so we're going to wrap it up for today, but just wanted to show you the progress. Here's the part where I took the lock off the deck lid, so we got it cleaned up pretty good. All this area, there was a lot of buildup in there, so it's pretty clean. Pretty happy with that. And then the vents, we took some sandpaper, went through it. Also did some wire wheel as well. Probably need to clean it out still, because it looks like most of the surface rust is gone, but for the most part, it's turned out pretty good. And then the hinges, those came out really good. Got those looking good. Cleaned up most of that side. Still have a little ways to go. And then this side is looking pretty good. So overall, pleased with the progress today. Again, we got out here, did one thing. So the deck lid is almost ready. I still need to treat these areas up here. Looks like there's still some old paint or rust or something in there. So we'll probably have to treat those areas. I mean, nobody's really going to see them, but I would really like to just do it right while I'm doing it. There was a lot of buildup in here, and I took the wire wheel. There's still a little bit right here you can see, but compared to what it was, it looks a lot better. So we're going to have to treat this, put some phosphoric acid on it, and then we can do get some primer on there, some etching primer or some epoxy primer to seal her, so we can get this sealed up, and then we can start working on the other side. But that's all for today, but appreciate you guys. All right, today is Saturday. We did not get out the garage yesterday. We had a lot going on this week, so didn't make it out to the garage. But we're here Saturday. We have a couple hours that we can work on some stuff, so we can make up some time. The last section of the video. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the deck lid a little bit more. We might try some mechanical stripping with the grinder and the strip disc. Okay, here's about 10 minutes of strip disc. Got quite a bit off. I actually really like the way it looked. Well, it looks actually a lot better on the camera than it does on the actual deck lid, but looks kind of cool on camera. But I think we're just gonna try and finish it up. Probably put on a new strip disc, or maybe even just put some chemical stripper on there and see what that does. But this is where I started. Got quite a bit of it off. Got into the vents. in the vents. In the vents. So it did a pretty good job there. Still got quite a ways to go. But this is the progress so far. It's coming along. All right, here's the underside of the deck lid. We had a lot of pitting in this area. There's still quite a bit, not nearly as much as there was, but just wanted to show the progress on that. It's definitely not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I think at this point we're just going to try and treat it with some OSPO and then hit it with some primer to seal it. So, all right, we put the OSPO on the underside of the deck lid. This is what it looked like. You can see the black parts turning black. The rest of it's turning white. Pretty good. Looks like it did its job. So next thing we'll do is clean it up and get it ready for some primer. All right, guys, today is Sunday. We didn't do anything today. We had my wife's birthday, so we spent the day with family. But we did get quite a bit done this week, so I'm happy about that. We're going to get back on it next week and get on the engine again. We're going to get the tins back for the pulley and the other tin that we had. And then we'll get back on the engine, put that back together, and then just keep working on little parts on the bodywork. So going to keep doing that. So I appreciate everybody coming back and watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Greatly appreciate the new subscribers. And have a great week, guys.